Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm Renee with Renee's Creative Casa, and in today's video I'm going to be doing some Christmas crafting for my cozy Christmas themed Christmas. I'm so excited to just jump into Christmas. I know it's a little bit early, but we're going to go ahead and get started with that. I already have a couple of videos. They are linked in my Christmas on the Cheap playlist, which will also be linked in the description box of this video, so I hope you guys will go and check them out. Today I'm going to be making a beautiful Christmas tree as well as a few other crafts. The Christmas tree that I'm making today is actually almost like a replica of the fall tree that I did. It's on my Instagram, on my IGTV, so if you guys want to check that out, make sure you look in the description box below and go check out that on my Instagram. So without further ado, let's get this party started. Okay, so for our first DIY, I'm going to be making a Christmas tree. I'm going to be using these poinsettias. I'm thinking about using some picks. I actually don't end up using these picks, but I have them there. I'm going to be using 2 rolls of ribbon, Spanish moss, and a plunger from Dollar Tree. I'm also going to be using this cute little bucket. It says fresh cut Christmas trees on the front. I actually got that at Hobby Lobby for like $2. So I'm going to measure my plunger to see about how far down I need to go with my poinsettias before I start actually putting them on there. I'm going to hot glue these, and then I'm also going to wrap the ends of them with the floral wire just to help reinforce it and help hold everything in place. So I'm just going to start almost at the top of where the flowers actually open up to where you can kind of spread them out. So the stem part, the lower stem part, is what's going to be glued to the plunger, and from there I'm just going to glue around the top 4 pieces of 4 different bundles of floral, and then I'm going to wrap it with the floral wire. You can see right here I'm wrapping it to kind of go ahead and reinforce that to make sure everything's held in place really good. And I'll just repeat that process over and over down until I get to about where I measured at when I was putting my plunger into the bucket.
May all your wishes tonight come true. The love I live, the dream I knew. This Christmas, I only wanna be close to you. Well, I'm all for Christmas, all the happy smiles and the wishes.
Okay, and after I got everything wrapped, I went ahead and wrapped a piece of, well, actually I think I ended up using maybe 2 or 3 white pipe cleaners on there, and I did that because I want to paint this thing to make it look like kind of a tree trunk. So I wanted to go ahead and wrap those around there, which would make it easier to hide that the wire and the plunger and the stems from the florals. So that's what I'm doing right here, is wrapping the pipe cleaners around there, and I'm hot gluing them in place, and then I'll paint those in just a few minutes. I actually also lost my little silicone finger cover, so this was a very tedious hot project. I had to keep using a piece of paper to kind of help hold my pipe cleaners in place while I glued those down. So maybe I'll find them for the next video, I'm not sure. Okay, and let me tell you guys about this bucket. I did get it at Hobby Lobby, and I got it on sale for half off. You can get them at the Dollar Tree. They're not going to be exactly like this, and they are a bit smaller. I did start out by hot gluing the bottom of my plunger down and trying to stick it into the base of this bucket, but I stuffed it with bags, and then I put my Spanish moss and stuff in there, and then I just really didn't like how it's so wobbly, so I decided to take it out of that. And actually the finished project is that it's sitting in floral foam. I just hot glued some floral foam down to the bottom of this bucket, and then I took the plastic part off of the plunger, and I just stuck the actual plunger stick down into that floral foam. So that's what ultimately ended up working for me. Maybe if you guys get a smaller bucket, smaller in diameter, your plunger will fit down in there more securely and more snug, but mine just wasn't working for me, so I had to take all of this out and just redo it again. But I mean, that's kind of the joy of crafting, is just going you know, trying out one thing, and if it doesn't work, then just going a different route, and just keep going until you get it going how you like it, and you know how things that you like it. It doesn't have to be perfect for everybody else, it just has to be perfect for you. Okay, so here it is where I have gotten the tree in the bucket, and I'm going to start fluffing my poinsettias out. And I do feel like that I like my maple tree better than I like this one. I'm not sure if it's because I'm not crazy about the poinsettias in it, or if it's that it's just an overwhelmingly large amount of red. I'm not sure what it is, but I mean, the tree is cute, but I really feel like I like my fall tree way better than this one. But anyways, so I'm just gonna fluff. You want to go through each individual bundle of floral and fluff everything out, and make sure your tree is fluffed out really well. And then here's going to be a bigger picture of it right here, so you can kind of see from further away how it's starting to look really pretty and really full. Everything's starting to really be fluffed out, and I had lost a poinsettia somewhere, so I did find out where that one went, so I got that one put back in. After I get everything fluffed out really well, I'm going to go ahead and stick some other little floral picks down in there, but I'll show you guys that in just a few minutes.
Holiday wonders will open your mind. May all your wishes tonight come true. The love I live, the dream I knew.
Okay, so these are some of the picks that I picked up to put in them. I didn't actually get these picks at Dollar Tree. I got these at Walmart, and I think they were about $3. But there's probably like 20 in here, so I'm just going to cut these apart and start sticking them down into my tree. And I want to make sure I leave the little ting-tings long enough to where you can see them above the branches of my poinsettia tree. Okay, so I am putting these berries in, these gold berries. They came from the Dollar Tree. They come several on a bundle, maybe like 5 or 6, and I just snip those apart using my wire snippers, and I'm just going to stick in one bundle, you know, at a time. These berries are gold, and the ting-tings are silver, and then the inside of the poinsettias are gold. So the red, the gold, and the silver are really pulling in some really traditional Christmas colors, and I really like how they're all working together. So I'm just going to go ahead and continue sticking those in around the base wherever I think that the tree needs a little bit of extra something going on.
Moving nimbly, did you hear something from the chimney? I will keep you warm as soon as you remove that snow. Whatever we do, we will be alright. These holiday wonders will open your mind. May all your wishes tonight come true. The love I live.
Okay, so now I'm going to make a bow, and I'm going to be using my Easy Bow Maker. I got this from Amazon. It is linked to my Amazon store, and my Amazon store is linked in the description, so you can get it there. I have heard that it is cheaper at Michael's, so I'm going to be using 2 rolls of the wire Dollar Tree ribbon. I'm going to be using the red and black buffalo check, and I'm also going to be using the red and green buffalo check. That's going to be where I am pulling in some of the greens for my cozy Christmas themed holiday this year. And the red and black, of course, is going to be just a regular color that I'm using for my theme anyways. So this is going to be a two layer bow. It's going to have the red and black on the bottom, and then I am measuring out 7 inches. So my bottom bow is going to be 7 inches, and then my my top bow with my red and the green is going to be a little bit smaller than that. I didn't want to go too big on this tree because I want to put this bow at the base of the tree where the branches and the trunk actually meet at. So I didn't want it like, you know, overshadowing my bucket. I think my bucket is super cute. I love the Farm Fresh Christmas tree sign on it, and I think that really pulls in like farmhouse style and or cozy Christmas. So I I really wanted that to be able to show, so I wanted to make this bow small enough to fit exactly where I wanted it at, so that's why I am going smaller. So I can see from here, the next bow that I'm making is going to be 5 inches, so there's actually a 2-inch size difference in those, so that's a 7-inch on the bottom and a 5-inch on the top. And the more I'm using this easy bow maker, I do love it. It's very easy to make bows on, but I think I'm about to get my Pro Bow the hand out and get it unpacked, because I do love making multi-layer bows using that Pro Bow. They just turn out so much fuller and so much more fluffier. So I've pulled this off the easy bow maker, and I am fluffing it, and I'm dovetailing my ends, which means you just fold the material in half and then you just cut downward on an angle. Well, downward, some people say upward, it doesn't matter. I just always cut down. But that dovetail gives your bow like a really solid finished look. So I'm dovetailing those, and then I'm just going to fluff it some more and keep fluffing until I get it ready. Now I'm going to apply it to the tree, and I'm going to go ahead and do some more fluffing on it, because once I get it on the tree, I will re-fluff it some more, but I want to make sure when I'm getting ready to go on the tree, because of how it's placed, that I do have a really good fluffing going on with it before I get to a place where I need to make sure everything's set where it's going to be at permanently.
Well, I'm all for Christmas, all the happy smiles and the wishes, and I want it all, from the lights to the mistletoe. Tell me one thing, is there anything that you're missing? I will keep you warm as soon as you remove that snow. Whatever we do, we will...
Okay, so here she is all finished. I think she turned out super cute. You guys let me know in the comments below what you think about it.
All your wishes tonight come true.
Okay, so for the next Dollar Tree DIY, we're going to be making a distressed Mary sign. We're going to use that Mary sign with the deer head and this Let It Snow sign. I'm going to be using this white paint to paint my Mary sign white. And I'm also going to be using this red wrapping paper to put on my long sign so that I can use that for distressing. I did get this little sign at Dollar Tree. They only had one there when I was there, so they didn't have a ton of them. But I'm obsessed with it because it has the deer head on it. So that really will go with a farmhouse decor or my theme, which is Cozy Christmas. So I'm really in love with it, and I think it's just going to fit right in with the rest of my decor. I do end up putting 2 coats of the paint on here, and I did have my chalk paint, but I couldn't find it, so I had to use this. I think it's called Craft Smart. I just picked it up at Michael's, and it's something that I already had on hand. But if I had had my chalk paint, I would probably have only had to put 1 coat of paint on there, but I did 2, and I think it turned out really pretty.
It's a magical time full of kisses. Take a walk outside and tickle the snowman's nose. Moving nimbly, did you hear something from the chimney? I will keep you warm as soon as you remove that snow. Oh, whatever we do, we will be alright. These holiday wonders will open your mind. May all your wishes tonight come true. The love I lived, the dream I knew. This Christmas, I only wanna be close to you.
Okay, so now we're going to work on getting the long sign ready. We are going to take the hanger and the staples out of the sign, and we're going to get it ready to go ahead and put on a generous coat of Mod Podge. And then we're going to cover that in the wrapping paper, and I'm going to cut off any excess wrapping paper that's around the edges.
And the wishes, and I want it all, from the lights to the mistletoe. Tell me one thing, is there anything that you're missing? I will keep you warm as soon as you remove that snow. Whatever we do, we will be alright. These holiday wonders will open your mind. May all your wishes tonight come true. The love I lived, the dream I knew. This Christmas I only wanna be close to you.
Okay, and I'm actually using some sandpaper stuff that I already had on hand. I have the block, which is a medium grit, and then the red is actually for a grinder, so it's a little bit stiffer. And I didn't know which one I was going to use for it, but I just scrape a little bit with the red one that's harder than the medium block, and quickly decide that I just need to distress it with the using the medium sand block. So that's the one I ended up doing all my distressing with. So, and there's really no messing up to this, because I just really wanted it to look really worn and really weathered. So when the paper started coming off, like, I wasn't worried about it. I just kept going and just kept moving along with my plan to get it really distressed.
As you remove that snow, oh, whatever we do, we will be alright. These holiday wonders will open your mind. May all your wishes tonight come true. The love I lived, the dream I knew. This Christmas, I only wanna be.
And you're gonna see here, I'm going to put my white Mary sign on there to see if I need to do a little bit more distressing, and you know how it fits and stuff on there. So I do decide to go back and do more distressing on it, but that's just kind of to give myself a gauge of about where I am with what I want to achieve. Okay, so after I get all of the distressing done that I'm going to do with this layer of the project, I go ahead and put a heavy coat of Mod Podge over it to hold everything in place. So there's actually Mod Podge on the bottom, and then there's the the wrapping paper, and then there's another coat of Mod Podge on that. And I'm going to let that dry before I start to put on my my Mary sign.
As you remove that snow, whatever we do, we will be.
Okay, so since I got my sign distressed to the level that I wanted at for this layer of the project, my Mary sign is very bright and it's very white, standoffish, so it doesn't look weathered and worn at all. So I decided I was going to go ahead and start sanding it down to try and make it look a little bit distressed around the edges. But I was sanding away, and I said, well, I don't really feel like I'm getting to where the distress level I want. So I decided to grab some black paint, and I just went around the edges of it and just touched it up with some black paint. And then after the paint dried just a little bit, I didn't let it dry all the way, but I also didn't use a really wet paintbrush. I just had it barely damp, almost like dry brushing it. And then I sanded the black down on it, which made it gave it that distressed look that I was going for.
All right, these holiday wonders will open your mind. May all your wishes tonight come true. The love I lived, the dream I knew. Well, I'm all for Christmas. It's a magical time full of kisses. Take a walk outside and tickle the snowman's nose. Moving nimbly, did you hear something from the chimney? I will keep you warm as soon as you remove that snow. Oh, whatever we do, we will be alright. These holiday wonders will open your mind. May all your wishes tonight come true. The love I lived, the dream I knew. This Christmas, I only wanna be close to you.
Okay, so the next thing that you guys didn't see off camera is that I went around the edges with some black paint and distressed that and decoupaged that as well. Now I'm putting the Mary sign on, and it wouldn't hold very good, but I think that's because of the decoupage. So I did have to go back and put some E6000 on it to hold it in place really good, but the hot glue just wasn't really working for me. Okay, and for the next Dollar Tree DIY, I'm going to be using these 3 small signs from the Dollar Tree. That little clip in the side, inside it just pops right out. You can see that I just popped that right out. I'm going to be using some floral, and I'm going to hot glue these 3 containers together. I'm going to be using them to make a centerpiece full of flowers and florals with some cotton and some pine cones in it. Just a really Christmas-like centerpiece. I'm going to hot glue all 3 of these together, and then I am going to paint them all white using the same Craftsmart paint that I used to paint my sign in the previous project. And I had to put 2 or 3, maybe 3 coats on this project, but I've really got to find my chalk paint, or I've got to go and get some more, because this paint is not very, you can see through it pretty good, so it's not very something thick that does a lot of coverage. It doesn't have high coverage. That's what I'm looking for. It doesn't have high coverage. So I put 2 or 3 coats on here, and then I don't know where my footage went. It's not on my camera. I don't know, maybe the camera ate it. But I put floral foam inside each container, and then I just started, I put the Spanish moss over the top of that, and I wanted to use this in a little arrangement by my poinsettia tree, so I wanted the main focal point of this centerpiece to be my poinsettias. And then you can see that I'm just going in with several different types of florals here. Some of these came from the Dollar Tree that are all one piece, and then some came from the Dollar Tree that I'm cutting apart. Like you can see, I just cut that apple off, but actually the stem on that apple ended up being too short, so I had to hot glue in another stem for it and just move right along with my project. I'm also adding some of the gold berries that I put in my poinsettia tree to make sure that those 2 are tied in together pretty good. I just want to make sure that as I'm going through the centerpiece that I have everything spread out enough that I don't have too much stuff clumped on top of the other. I have added into here some of the adorable little cotton puffs, the little looks like real cotton that the Dollar Tree is selling. I feel like that brings in that cozy Christmas vibe that I'm looking for, or farmhouse, either one is fine. So I'm just going to continue to add florals in here until I get this as full as I like.
Well, I'm all for Christmas, all the happy smiles and the wishes, and I want it all, from the lights to the mistletoe. Tell me one thing, is there anything that you're missing? I will keep you warm as soon as you remove that snow. Whatever we do, we will be alright.
Okay, so after I have all the florals in there that I'm going to put in there, I decided to go ahead and grab some more of that Craftsmart paint, and I'm going to kind of like dry brush around on some of the greenery and the pine cones and stuff that I have in there, because I want to just Some of them are already frosted, so I just want to bring that frosted look to the entire project and just go ahead and pull everything together. So when you're doing like your frosting, your stuff like this, you can just have a little bit of paint on your brush. You don't have to have a ton, and if you get too much, just wipe a little bit of it off, and then just go around and kind of like touch everything with the paintbrush until you get it all kind of frosted the way that you want it. And remember what I was telling you guys earlier, it doesn't have to be perfect, it just has to be what you like. So you just keep working on it until you get it to what you like, which is what I do here, because I keep going back and forth over this several times trying to make sure that I have all the things frosted the way that I think they should be done. So I don't know if you guys ever feel like you just do feel like you do too much, or you don't do enough, or you just can't get it perfect. I don't know if you guys ever feel like that or not. Just let me know in the comments below, what you guys think about that, and how you feel about that. But it turned out super cute. Okay, so here is all my projects completed. I have the centerpiece there and the Mary sign, and then my poinsettia tree. I really enjoy how everything turned out. I'm trying to fall more in love with this poinsettia tree as every day passes, but until then, she's just going to be here, and she's welcome to be a part of our family as well. No Christmas decoration left behind. So I think everything turned out really pretty. You guys let me know in the comments below if you like everything and what you think about it. Hey y'all, thanks so much for watching my video. I'm so honored you guys are here. I'm so honored you guys watched my video. I hope you guys enjoyed the crafts that you got to see today. I also hope that you guys will give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, as well as turn on your post notifications so that you don't miss a video from me, especially right now because I'm going into my Christmas crafting, and I'll be doing all of my cozy Christmas themed decorations, and I will have all of those videos linked in my Christmas on the Cheap playlist that will be in the description box down below. So you guys make sure you go and check out all those videos and just be able to keep up with what I have going on. So thanks again for watching.